Oh, welcome. Welcome once again to another episode of Jammin' Dude's Neighborhood. I am your host, Ben Jammin' Straley. This is my co-host, the Black Russian. As you can see, we've been talking a lot before I even started filming this. I'm very happy to see you all. Sorry I don't post more often. I'm wearing my Gur shades. Can you see? This is Gur from Invader Zim. If you haven't seen it, it's a great show. Watch it. So, here I am to talk about. I had to spin it a lot because I wasn't sure how I felt about it. This is the brand new album from Haken, and it's called Affinity. And yes, I got the deluxe version. Not only, as a matter of fact, I bought it twice. You ready? Because the 2-disc version did not come with the LP. I wanted both. So, Haken, you got my business twice. So, I got this, which has the instrumental versions. I haven't listened to the instrumental versions yet. And then, I got this. You guys want to see? It's pretty cool. So, we got like the lyrics, okay, on that, and then the thing. And then here's the cool part, though. Both records look like this. Ooh, orange vinyl. Isn't that awesome? So, let me tell you my feelings about it. And I know I've always said on this show that I keep things positive and I only talk about albums that really blow me away. I've decided that that's not very objective. And it's not, and here's the thing though, I'm not going to sit here and slam any, if I really don't like an album, I'm not going to talk about it, but here is the way I feel about Affinity. Affinity is, so far, not my favorite Haken album. Now, I know people are going to say that means he doesn't like it. That is absolutely not true. Haken has never released a bad album, in Affinity included. What I think about Affinity is that it doesn't touch me on a personal level the way that The Mountain did. But I can't stop listening to it. It is amazing in its own way. It's just so different. I honestly, after, I usually do a 5-spin rule. I've done 20 spins on this album. And I'm still not sure what to think about it. That's how really, I almost don't have words for it. This album is one of the more diverse collection of different styles and influences that I've ever heard in progressive rock. I mean, we're hearing little smatterings of modern gent, and yes, I know, I bowed to pressure. I know I was pronouncing it wrong at first, and I'm sorry. So we're hearing little snippets of gent. We're hearing small snippets of maybe even dubstep influences. We're hearing the good old-fashioned Haken in some portions. I would say, oh man, I can't think. Actually, even though there's smatterings of the old Haken in each of the songs in some cases, I think that this is going to go down as being one of the more important albums in progressive metal, period. Just because it's so groundbreaking. I've never heard another album like this. And although I've heard all of the things that have influenced. So this was an album that kind of needed to happen. This is... I heard somebody say this at the Dream Theater concert that I went to a few weeks ago. Great show, by the way. And they said that Haken is really redefining prog. I have to agree. It's not that any little one piece has never been done before. It's that I feel that I've never heard this collection of influences. This is a whole brand new kaleidoscope. And I've always said that really in music anymore, it's like a kaleidoscope. No individual rock is something that has never been put in another kaleidoscope somewhere else. It is the collection of rocks and pieces and colors that one puts in their own kaleidoscope, and it's the collection that makes it its own entity and something original. That is what Affinity by Haken manages to be. It is completely its own thing. It is completely original. The pieces come from different things that we've all heard before, but it itself is a completely original piece. And I'm really impressed by it. Track by track, Initiate, I'm still trying to figure out the riff. It didn't grab me right away. 1985, track 2, is probably the standout track and is going to go down as a Haken classic. Now, the mellower tracks are the ones that a lot of people are saying online are just not grabbing them. Those are slowly starting to become my favorite, and I'm talking about Lapse, track 4, and Red Giant, which is track 7? Yeah, 7. Those mellower tracks are quickly becoming the ones that I'm mostly drawn to. They're extremely atmospheric. They give a completely different, because while most of Haken's other stuff has been very complex and sometimes you need to try and figure out what it is that they're doing, for these mellower tracks they almost pull it back and just let the space breathe for a little bit. And so having the complex and the spinning around and the not knowing what they're doing, and then letting it all come down and breathe with a couple of these mellower tracks, is really quite refreshing, and you have an extremely well-rounded album that begins and ends on the same idea. And even though some people are saying Bound by Gravity is quickly becoming like my favorite Haken album closer of all time, and I'm not counting Crystallized because that was on an EP, but yes, even beating Celestial Elixir from Aquarius. I'm telling you, Haken is right now, in my opinion, the most important band in progressive rock and progressive metal, and I just can't say enough great things about these guys. My band of the decade. Affinity gets 3.5 out of 5 stars. The Mountain was just really special to me. It will always be something special. But still, please go out and get this album because it's just so different from anything else out there. And I would love to hear all of your thoughts on what you think of Affinity by Haken. Here's for hoping there's a US tour coming up really quick. And as a quick side point too, I'm going to the Voivod show on Saturday night. That is day after tomorrow. I'm recording this on Thursday night. I'll probably post it Friday morning. So anybody that sees me at the Voivod show at Studio 7 on Saturday night, I'm going to be really, really tired because I'm probably going to be working all day that day. But feel free to come up and say hi, and I hope to get an interview with Snake or somebody. But hey, good to see all you guys again. I hope to be making more return visits, and we will see you next time on Jammin' Dude's Neighborhood.